What is up, guys? Ncaa 31 here, bringing you some Tampa 2. The 3-3-5 stack video series is done, and now I'm going to go to Tampa 2 style football. The 3-3-5 stack is fun and all, but this is the style of defense that I have a passion for, that I really am a huge believer and fan in. This is old Chicago Bears cut-ups of Tampa 2. You see Urlacher and Peppers and co flying around. And what I'm going to do in this video is just explain to you guys the base plays that I use in replays of online games. That's, the best way to do it is show you guys what it looks like and how it works against real competition. I'm not going to show you guys things that don't work against people. Believe in me, guys. Trust me. I will not lead you wrong. Now, can I get it to look exactly like this? No, it's a video game. There are video game concessions that I have to make. The major ones is occasionally I will need to drop a defensive tackle or defensive end back into a hook, or maybe two defensive tackles or defensive ends back into a hook, which is something that teams do. They do it as a change up. It's called a cover 2 drop, where they put in a defensive tackle in the intermediate zone area while the middle linebacker flies back, and it's used as a change up. And teams typically do that as far as dropping 8 and 9 into coverage when they don't have respect for the quarterback. They don't respect his ability to make plays with improv. They don't respect his ability to break down the defense. And being a Notre Dame fan, I've seen USC, most notably, do that to guys like Jimmy Clausen and Tommy Rees countless times. Used to make me scream at my TV set. Mark Sanchez used to face that kind of, look, 8 and 9 man coverages pretty frequently. And there are still teams in the NFL that keep the old Tampa 2 alive. Dallas Cowboys will be running it, and the Minnesota Vikings have been running it forever. The Giants have some Tampa 2 flavor to their defensive scheme. The Bengals, there's quite a few who keep it, alive and well. Now, as far as how I function with it in the game, I generally base my defense around 4 coverages. Cover 2 sink, cover 2 buck or cover 2 hard, cover 3 cloud, and cover 6. Cover 3 cloud and cover 6 are pretty similar. They're combination coverages where one half of the field is in a cover 2 hard look, the other half is in a cover 3 or cover 4 type look as far as how the zones are rotating. And I'll mix in, 2-man, as well as I have zone blitzes and stuff like that, which I'll use for deception and for run blitzes and things of that nature. And how frequently I'm forced to branch out from that base is just dependent on the type of opponent I'm playing and how well he's attacking what I'm doing. And for me, and you'll see in the videos that I'll show, I get the best results when I control the middle linebacker myself. He's kind of the straw that stirs a drink. You're going to have to really be focused on protecting that deep middle. If you're going to make a mistake, you want to make the mistake short. You don't want to make the mistake giving up something behind you because no one will be there. And also to control the run game. And it takes practice. I think that middle linebacker is the hardest position to control in this game. You'll struggle a little bit at first in practice if you're not used to it, but the more you do it, the more you'll be able to recognize route combos, and you'll be able to pattern match and take away what you need to take away to give time for your pass rush to get in there. So in terms of translating what you're seeing here to the games, Madden 25 and Ncaa 14, I can get it to look pretty dang close, and you'll see that coming up. Also, if you don't have a defensive line that can do stuff like this, you cannot play this. You'll be covering for a million years, your coverage will break down, and you'll be giving up completions. This is just a cover 2 sink, And this is the 4-3 cover 2 sink. I have this in my audibles. I'll come out in a dime and audible to this because I like that twist stunt to your right. And I'm controlling the middle linebacker right there in the middle with the green circle, good bracket there, and I'm matching that slot. You always want to find the slot seam, slot post, tight end post first and foremost. There I am. Because guys are going to want to run circle routes and slants and digs and try to bait you into taking those routes away. Always go for deep first, and good spin move there by my defensive end on that side. Arkansas has a pretty good defensive line. He's working pretty hard here, but I like the twist stunt here to the right. Defensive end twists inside, impact player defensive tackle. Comes through. Well done. This is USF, cover 2. My boy, the Notre Dame transfer, Aaron Lynch to your right. Again, I'm flying to the deep middle, and their other defensive end to your left isn't too shabby either. He just whips the left tackle there. This is a cover 2 hard. I believe it's a cover 2 hard. He just beats him clean. You know, you got to play the pass and under those long yardage situations and get those defensive end charging upfield. There's Lynch, you know, bullying his way, you know, to try to get in there. Jam and redirect, cover 2 hard. The slot is matching the pattern there. That's well done. This game shows signs of excellent pattern matching at times. I don't know why it's not more consistent. It's like it's in between spot drop logic and pattern match logic. Just give us the pattern match logic that we need to help slow down these damn seam routes. But instead you gotta do it manually. So there I am. I'm just looking deep middle. Nothing's coming in the deep middle, then I'll go short, but the play is over by then. Let's change gears to Madden. This is one of my cover 2 wrinkles, a cover 2 drop. Dropping both the defensive ends, Ware and Spencer. You can't just play vanilla all the time. You gotta, you know, spring some traps every now and then. Cover 2 hard. I'm controlling the middle linebacker. There's really nowhere to throw this. The middle is pretty congested. Again, I'm trying to identify the deep middle as soon as possible. See the jam and redirect inside, perfect, and then the corner goes back to match that wheel. There's enough obstruction there to, you know, prevent him from at least looking at that inside route initially, and he locks on to the route to the right. You see, we need to see more of that action more consistently. As my opponent throws right to him. I'll take that, you know. Not my fault he made a bad read, it's his. And it works out for me. For whatever reason, Madden will not let you replay sacks versus users, but in Ncaa it does. But here's another INT. That's Bruce Carter, my weak side backer, who's an absolute stud in that role. And this is cover 6, I believe. It's a cover 2 hard look on one side. There's Ratliff. You're going to see him, you know, try to get some work done in there, trying to spin and, you know, fight his way through. I'm not going to get in all the time. You know, Ware doesn't really do much here. Spencer, you know, none of them really make an impact as far as the pass rush goes. Let's take a look at the coverage here as we zoom out. There I am. And since it's cover 6, I can afford to play a little bit more aggressive. And I have Hatcher, my other defensive tackle, dropping back into a hook as well. Safeties rotate over. I like to shade my zone coverage to the side of receiving strength. There's, what's his name? Can't remember his name. That's bracketed there, and here's your cover 2 hard look. Jam and redirect inside. And the weak side backer, if he's a good one, is going to be in position to hit that curl flat area behind it. INT. Same defensive play, but this time with my Jets. Again, controlling the mic. Quentin Copel's in there playing linebacker. Big 280-pound dude playing linebacker. Well, he's a linebacker in the game this year, so there it is. Camardi on your right, jam, redirect. And Camardi will recognize the wheel coming out of the backfield and cheat that direction as well. And that's what we need to see more of, like I said before. We need to see more matching of patterns in zone coverage and less drop to a spot and stop. No one plays zone defense like that anymore. People play matchup now. Not even in high school, teams are moving towards, pattern matching zone coverage because of the influence of the spread offense at the high school level now. You have to be able to play zone coverage like that, or you're just going to be giving up completions all game. Bracket there, nothing. And I'm all over that, as well as Copels. And again, this is a cover 6, so it's, half cover 2, half cover 4. See the safeties rotating as well. And he tries to squeeze that in there, and he cannot. Another characteristic of a Tampa 2 team, a good one anyway, is you need guys who can hit and lay the lumber. This is a cover 3 cloud. Safety rotating to the middle. And crunch. D. Milner scoops it up and he is off to the races. Gotta have guys who are athletic, gotta have guys who can run to the football and lay the lumber. Gotta have it. Cover 3 cloud and cover 6 are very close. They're very similar. The difference is, as you see the bracket here on the right, the curl flat and the deep sideline. There I am. The difference is that the corner on the left is going to disguise his leverage. He's going to be back in a cover 3 look and then come up to jam the receiver. Okay, so winding down part 1. This is Florida State, another good team in NCAA 14 to play this kind of style with. I'm employing a cover 2 drop, dropping the defensive tackle into a hook, 3-man rush, cover 2 sink behind it out of dime. And I like to put my top 2 corners inside in the dime to help protect the middle of the field if I have the depth to do it. And there you see Mr. Edwards pushing the offensive tackle back, making the user's life a little bit uncomfortable. Again, just a 3-man rush. But the moral of the story here is you need to bone up on your middle linebacker user control and pattern recognition, and you have to have guys on your depth chart or information subs that can get off of blocks and get after the passer with good pass rush moves. Otherwise, you're going to be covering for too long, it's going to break down, and he's going to have time to find a second and third receivers. So in part 2, I'll go over complementary plays to these base coverages, as well as roster setup. Good bracket there by the slot corner. You're going to see cover 2 sink there, and the free safety is going to carry that deep receiver while I'm busy doing this. Good pattern matching here. We need to see much more of that on a more consistent basis. No more of this spot and stop dropping. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. Part 2 will be coming up. Give it some practice, and I hope it works out for you guys. Talk to you all later. Peace.